my God has done it. God has done it, God has done it. God has done it for me, yeah. God has done it, God has done it. So for me, yeah, my God has done it. What my father cannot do, what my mother cannot do, what my family cannot do, oh, now for me, yeah, my God has done it. God has done it, God has done it. God has done it for me, yeah. God has done it, God has done it. So for me, yeah, my God has done it. What my reverend cannot do, what my pastor cannot do, what my elder cannot do, oh, now for me, yeah, my God has done it. God has done it, God has done it. God has done it for me, yeah. God has done it, God has done it. So for me, yeah, my God has done it. My God is the only one who has wiped away my sorrow and turned them into joy. Hallelujah, my God is so good. He walks in the mysterious ways in my life. God is so great. He put me from zero to hero, and now I am an hero. What a wonderful God. Pakuru imuchumu mamo. For all you have done for me, Daddy, I say thank you. God has done it, God has done it. God has done it for me, yeah. God has done it, God has done it. So for me, yeah, my God has done it. God has done it, God has done it. God has done it for me, yeah. God has done it, God has done it. So for me, yeah, my God has done it. When I am weak, He make me strong. When I fall, He lifted me up. When the going getting tough, my Lord, He did it for me. Jesus leadeth me in the path of righteousness for His name's sake. Yeah, do I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for the Lord is with me. His rod and His staff, for they comfort me. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever and ever. Yeah. God has done it, God has done it, God has done it for me. He has done it for me. God has done it so for me. My God has done it for me. God has done it. God has done it for me. He has done it for me. God has done it so for me. My God has done it. God has done it for me. God has done it. God has done it. God has done it for me. God has done it for me. God has done it. God has done it. God has done it for me. Yeah. God has done it. God has done it. So for me, my God has done it. God has done it. God has done it. God has done it for me. Yeah. God has done it. God has done it. So for me, my God has done it. What my father cannot do, what my mother cannot do, what my family cannot do, for me, my God has done it. God has done it. God has done it. God has done it for me. Yeah. God has done it. God has done it. So for me, my God has done it. What my reverend cannot do, what my pastor cannot do, what my elder cannot do, oh, now for me, my God has done it. God has done it. God has done it. God has done it for me. Yeah. God has done it. God has done it. So for me, my God has done it. My God is the only one who has wiped away my sorrow and turned them into joy. Hallelujah, my God is so good. He walks in the mysterious ways in my life. God is so great. He put me from zero to hero, and now I am an hero. What a wonderful God. Pakuru imuchumu mamo. For all you have done for me, Daddy, I say thank you. God has done it, God has done it. God has done it for me, yeah. God has done it, God has done it. So for me, my God has done it. God has done it, God has done it. God has done it for me, yeah. lifted me up when the going getting tough. My Lord, He did it for me. Jesus leadeth me in the path of righteousness for His name's sake. Yea, do I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for the Lord is with me. His rod and His staff, for they comfort me. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever and ever. God has done it, God has done it, God has done it for me. He has done it for me. God has done it for me. My God has done it for me. God has done it, God has done it for me. God has done it.
It's Becca Junior, the marvelous producer.
Dedicate this song to the president. In remembrance of the late President Samuel Kayado. I know. You're right.
Let me welcome over you guys to the Magnificent Abraka Talk Show. And here we discuss the truth, nothing else but the truth. And let me recognize three individuals here tonight. And my sister Marie Pade, welcome. Hi there, AB. How is the show? My end is doing fantastic. And trust me, I'm doing pretty much well. My friend and brother Kalfala Kosia, I thank you for tuning in, my friend and brother. How have you been all these whiles? I've been on a sabbatical leave. You know, sometimes it's good for you to be able to go on a sabbatical leave. It is good for you to leave the stage when when the dance is still going on. Then the people will miss you. And let me first of all register that I don't have a copyright to this music I'm playing here tonight. And my friend and sister Marie Pade, thank you for sharing this show. I will be looking at the planned stand protest that is coming on.
Honorable, so in my belly.
Is that the President JMB? I say, Papa, I salute you, yeah. For you coming to the United States under the invitations of our President Donald Trump. Papa, I salute you, yeah.
Oh, that's a bullet.
Liberia have been lucky for them to be choosing among African. We have 54, if not 53, African countries. But yet 5 was selected by the President of the United States. And Liberia, what happened for them to be among those 5? Also, that is, we are thankful to our Creator.
Honorable.
And we are thankful to our Maker as well. Some people look at it for it to be a curse. But not too long, Liberia just won the permanent seat on the Security Council. Not too long, Liberia just won the permanent seat on the Security Council as well. So Liberia is well seated now for us to be able to discuss security matters. Follow Sumaulo. Thank you. And make sure you share the show and tell us where you are joining us from. My friend and brother Zizi. Zizi, welcome. Thank you for joining us here. Like I always say, I don't have a copyright to this music that I'm playing here tonight. All right.
Control the mic. Control the mic, Stanton. I sacrificed my life for this party. No, you have not. You have not. If you are not controlled, I will interject. You have sacrificed nothing for the party. You have used this institution to enrich yourselves. You are the guys who support George Weah with the corruption. You go to the central bank, you sign those checks. You were a truck driver in America. I brought you from the U.S. to Liberia and made you grievance committee chair. When you became grievance committee chair after your anger with George Weah, for which he did not want to see you, I reconcile you two issues and said, D12 come, we need you in this struggle. You came, you listened, you sold out. You went to Amaracon and right now you work for Ellen. Some of the information that is even going for sanction committee is coming from you. We know who you are. You are the one who dished out my girl because you have a competition with him about controlling George Weah. Don't come on this show and put up any minister of finance posture. When I knew you, you had nothing. To me, who you are is someone who came from nothing and decided to join the bandwagon to steal from the Liberian people. When you call me a disruption and you say George Weah ascendancy to leadership today has nothing to do with my advocacy, We have 6 other Liberians here, except for Key Hassan, who come from Guinea. Those Liberians will tell you that our George Solo, man standing up against Madam Salif, man standing up against the UP, man having principles, make CDC what it is today. The discussion we are having about where CDC is going, where sanctions are being imposed, where you have the audacity to tell me that we are having economic growth, that Liberia is growing, when a foreign nation is imposing sanctions on you, when you detour who own things that you could never imagine you will own, because when the president said, I want 25 million, your care to you take all your own affair. I'm telling you something today. You can make all your big name. You can go to your Sakamo tree. You are very good with language. You can take respect Magalo. You can take respect me. But there's a day you detour, you will stand on in corruption code. All that money where you're stealing, all the big English where you're speaking, you will speak it to judges because you will not go free. Georgia will not go free. Our dream that was stolen, our revolution that was stolen, our people that are suffering, you will pay for it. So you can come and show, oh man, Mr. Minister, but when I knew you, you couldn't even afford a car. And you wanted now on the show that when you came for the campaign, who rented a car for you and who paid for it? You never even had transit to wear.
Thank you, Judge Solo. Thank you.
Magalo, I will turn it to you.
Thank you, Judge Solo. Thank you, Solo. Dito, you got anything to say because we have to go?
Go to Magalo.
In 2022, September 27, 2022,
yeah,
the government of Saudi Arabia transferred a amount of 2.5 million to us as Ministry of Foreign Affairs, 500,000 for full aid, $2 million for the restoration of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. In 2022, September 27, when we keep on the General Assembly, the minister and the deputy minister, Madam Tiamo Dongi Sayo, had that information for us. When our ambassador have communicated with us, our ambassador from Africa have communicated with us, we were at the General Assembly, that the people with our account, and they are rating the foreign ministry, the foreign ministry are transferring that account. They will keep a senior management meeting. Kimia hid that information for us until someone I raised that issue in senior management meeting. When you hear the someone and Kimia got that polling, or Maxwell and Kimia got that polling, it was an issue that we have with Kimia. When we got that money was for foreign ministry, for the users of foreign ministry, 500,000 for full aid, and 2 million for the restorations of the foreign ministry. When we raised that issue, Kimia said that money was transferred to escort account, and he never informed all about either of us as senior management until we raised the issue in senior management meeting. That he and Summit West transferred that money in escort account. Today, we did not lay out on that money. Today, the money that renovated our foreign ministry, the Moroccan government gave us 1.5 million for the renovation, also for the foreign ministry. It's the money they took, the use of the foreign ministry, the battles. In fact, the contractor company that were used, it was the contractor company of Tiamo Dongi Sayo, who is the deputy minister of administration. Her own contractor company was the one that renovated the foreign ministry. And when we raised the issue of conflict of interest, we were a local here. No, let me just tell you, any government that want to succeed, you cannot run the government on friendship. You will not succeed. We raise the issue. I respect President Weah. I owe that to him, but he allowed a lot of things to happen to deal allow our government out of the power, all the power. We raised the issue. We were keeping cabinet meetings. The last cabinet meeting was held in Qatar, and the issue was raised. But he said, "Let's be back on, and let's hold together. Let's turn a new page." But yet, those ministers in the ministry was the head of entity. Were not related to the dividends. Were not related to the assistant minister of the telegraph. The government of Saudi Arabia sent that amount of ready 29,000 breaks. It was for the National Disaster Management Committee. We had a ceremony in the conference house of the foreign ministry. During the 10-hour ceremony, we went at the warehouse to 10 hours. If you see the rice, the rice was in a green and white bear. There is no rice that came with green and white. If some other rice, the bear on the rice is different from any other rice bear in Liberia. The 2 green stripes on there with the white bear with the 2 green straps. So it was an extraordinary rice to help disaster people who have disaster victims. Now, unfortunately, we didn't manage the rights. The minister said I committed what happened, what didn't happen. He was account for that. I can say no, the minister did not steal the rights or he stole the rights. He did the accelerate himself. People stop and say it is wisdom. Because if the rights did not reach those concerned people, then it become a problem. So people in the disabled community, the disasters community, they don't receive the right, and it is no. Then the account where the rest went. So I don't want people to say it's wisdom. The $2 million that were brought, I challenge Kenya and still were never used, and today the outside recovery committee have also included that in the indictment again because they are getting the communications. They want to know how the $2 million were used. had the 500,000 were you for the West for the foreign ministry because it was for foreign ministry. You will get a cut. And we had the departments that were responsible to go in. The Department of Agriculture and Immigration Affairs. They will come and say, what the rest went, what money, why it went. So there's something that happening on the criminal wise. So
c'est 2029 why?
No, I'm ready to vote myself voting. Why? Because I tell you, I put out a big chunk and city that day, and I go to over door and I will not do nothing for me.
What actually you see before 2029?
Because I get me voting, but I try to live in Los Angeles, living in America, and I be going to bring for your ass. I like getting power in and know me. So I won't vote for any motherfucker in the country here. I will vote myself, I will vote for God.
Will you contest? Will you contest?
That will contest for God in the church. Because I think that will be better for me than worshiping God. It will be better for me. That will benefit something.
Always doing it right.
But I can't vote again, brother. I tired. You see the man, I see the man get bloody money. I don't benefit nothing. So I have free.
But United Party, the government, United Party government in power.
Yeah.
Then you mention CDC.
Yes, Lord, but CDC and United Party were in campaign. When it happened, we just remember some bloody money. So that was a lot of disaster on job. We are taking to be out on a people and tell the rest. So can't take tears from our album. When you people never sack any criminal in the government.
Who now?
When who the president man on the president movement, when they surprise the city, boys some people in the house. I expected from that old man say, but I didn't doing well.
Yes,
more criminal than us.
So who you actually referring to as
President Joseph Boaga. I had people more criminal than us.
So doing we are town, we are ever put people official in jail or
no, nothing. People won't official in jail.
So now they act for the current president Joseph Human Packard. How do you feel?
I'm happy. When you have many of the people that are cancer, I'll be happy.
Why?
Because while they're eating the money, all the corruption people in the country. Then our mistake gonna be there. While I people call our men say, oh man, they people stealing, they post money at government. He knows like bring people. That one may bring to the disgrace like people flashing up. And we tell you that I want them voting. I want. We have seen Silesian people flocking up.
Oh, you voted against your party?
Yeah, against my party.
For what?
My party dissatisfied me. I never achieved shit from them.
When you talk about dissatisfied, what are you talking?
Which is, I never enjoyed nothing in my party, my safety, my government. Never enjoyed nothing. Father, they were like when I eat my own party sing. For my lawmaker, them back. See this lawmaker back. I eat it for them.
So you
from which district?
You won't be part of the.
I'm a district, one of the most monument districts to my father district. Like make a time of law. You go local candidates from the district.
So you won't be part of the upcoming protest?
Not anytime my door said I want to be part of it.
You see?
My door to the wall. Oh, that's how kidding.
Are you protesting for your right?
No, I want to protest my right because I know like what I just being what man. I go kill my in case I die.
You say being what you?
Okay, me ask when I go protest now I die. What the benefit my children get from that protest?
Benefit will come.
No, I don't want to be like John Casey and I want to be like Dana Nipo then. So I already did, yeah? I want my need to be like Ron history book. Already.
So you believe we will not come back to power?
Oh, we are coming back.
You will not pledge your support to we are.
Yeah, but we are seeing what Jordan Human Packard doing. Go by 829, but they see the arrest. We like it. We are just telephone. We are taking. We carrying. We get tired, sir.
Will you carry?
Our plane to carry. We are carrying. We are tired of politics.
Will you carry Boaga for a full step?
Maybe not voting.
I'm voting. I'm voting.
Why if you wake up one morning and see your money we have been sent to solve it for corporation or?
But when you go to solve your corruption, you ain't paying the ear money.
And the strong support of the CDC.
Yeah. Here people are here money, people run after him, but me I use no money to go see what run after him. When he get the power there, when I will run after the people, I did people pay for me. But I can be poor now, run after rich men. So when I try to tell our people, the represent the same on the fire power be into we're not voting.
We're not with
but we're not voting.
All with vote.
Yeah, all of vote, but we know that so that like when we started. I started on not going for, we now for one like one member just started out. We send out our people who sit down city. But now voting 2029.
So that's the voice.
Your name?
Nigga Johnson. We want voting 2029, yeah?
So we still getting the views for.
So how you can compare the CDC, okay, government and the Waka government in Kenya?
Yeah. During those days, during the past government time, the free money that was in the country, the free money, now as he's working, everything is under control.
Okay.
For example, you now working, your brother is representative, your brother is senator. Then you get this salary. You sit down in your hall from January, from the first day of the month to the 31st, you go and withdraw money. This time around, there is no stealing money. Now what today people are saying that we are suffering.
So you are not suffering. Oh, we are not suffering.
I'm not suffering.
How thing process? How thing process?
Thank you.
Okay.
When we are done, I was struggling for myself.
Okay.
I was finding it for myself. And doing work and still finding it for myself.
Okay.
Every day God make it possible, I get it. So in my own right, I'm enjoying.
You enjoying this day administration. Okay.
At last, we were able to get Mbalu, stand chairperson, Mobile Modu, the former chairman for CDC. Thank you very much, Chairman. Thank you for joining us tonight. The allegation about you've been killed so many times, information coming forth. Welcome to the Spoon Talk. You are live.
Thank you. On the 5th of May, I just came from a meeting and was on my way home and took the route from around the 101 gas station area, going towards Tupper Road Junction. As soon as I arrived at the intersection where there's a traffic light, I was compelled to come to a halt because of the traffic light. And then instantly on my left hand, 2 persons disembarked a moving motorbike. So a lady dressed in short jeans trousers walked to my vehicle and started knocking on the vehicle, first gently, then it got louder from time to time. So in those times, like in split seconds, it became violent and she was hitting at my vehicle. I was driving, I was in the Range Rover that is tinted. So they had no way of knowing, which specific location I was in on the vehicle.
So let us try to make some sense out of the allegation from model by model. The first question I will ask here is, how long has model by model been in opposition / advocacy since after the CDC administration? All along those times, the NSA have not chased after him. The NSA, they have not dog walked him. The NSA has not called him. The question is, why now, close to July? What have been the tactics in the past? Modiba Modu is planning to have a protest in July for whatever reason. He is a citizen of the Republic of Liberia and he has a right when he feels disenfranchised. And he calls himself, quote unquote, an advocate. He left the CDC as chairman. But I will be fast to say this. We know the tactics, okay. It was a plan start that Modiba Modu leave the CDC, establish an auxiliary group in the form of advocates, an advocate group, which will be an autopause of the CDC. But we are still digging into that. But why? All of the time you've been in opposition is only days climbing up to your quote-unquote protest. that the NSA is after you. We can remember years back, you talk about how provide trained military Israelis were in the country playing by the opposition band to take down George Weah. Now, these are things in my mind meant to build tension and awareness to the protest. I mean, these things are psychological. People have to be smart around here. Because once he begins to talk about it and the media takes it and begin to run with it, then you have automatically built the awareness for the July protest. That is the psychology behind this whole thing. If NSA, if Moduba Modu is a person of interest and the NSA has tangible evidence to prove that they want to see him, they are going to get Moduba Modu directly. Why should they go be chasing after him, walking behind him to know what is happening? If the police want to ask and see him as a person of interest, if they can call the speaker, Konati Kofa, for some inquiry on who is Moduba Modu, that the security apparatus established by an act of national legislature to protect peaceful citizens and provide security within the boundaries of Liberia, who is Moduba Modu, that security apparatus cannot call. Then we have Akaras Gray, of all people, who have to buttress our efforts. How many times have Moduba Modu not lied? But at the same time, you do take these allegations for granted. He's a citizen of the Republic of Liberia. So I think it's now time that the police call him to verify his claim and allegations. What do you think about that? They have a beautiful conversation. One country, one people. The politics can never divide us. We will have our differences, disagreements. But once one citizen feels affected, this time by the security apparatus, the relevant, like the police call, they brought Moduba Modu in to ask him so they can be able to investigate his claims and allegations. I'll catch y'all in the next city. I'm your humble man. Always. Let's catch it. And please, don't forget to share. They have a good discussion.
But she was knocking the door so violently that I almost brought down the windshield. But then on second thought, because the place is isolated, there's no power around there except the traffic light, which was on red. So there were moving vehicles left and right, so I couldn't go forward. I was compelled to remain stationed and analyze the situation that was unraveling before my eyes. So as she was knocking the driver's side window, then I also heard a loud sound coming from the right. So while this girl was knocking the car from the driver's side window, two persons on the right hand were trying to also forcibly open the passenger side door. And one of the guys was pulling on the handle of the vehicle. Pulling on so hard that the handle of the Range Rover that I was driving broke. I think the picture is on social media, it's on Facebook. I didn't break that myself. They broke it. Now, at the same time, the guy that was standing by the girl on the other side, on the left-hand side, I saw that one of them was armed.
Let me welcome every one of you guys on the Magnificent Abraka Talk Show. Let me go around to be able to bring our friend and brother Zize. Zize, what is on your mind? How you doing? You are muted, Zize. You are muted. You are muted, Zize. Zize, you are muted. Let me take you here.
The general said, look, salary was delayed because of many different reasons. Revenue is not in the government account. But when we politicize all these things to move one party from power, the party that left from power will politicize the same thing. We are fighting over road. This government, our government, secure all financing of all road networks in the country, major road network.
Zeze, you are muted. You are muted. That's the reason why I'm not getting you. You are muted. You need to go down and to go unmute yourself. You are muted. You need to go unmute yourself. Zeze, you are muted. I'm sorry. Yeah, let me do this.
Hello folks, this is Spoon TV and I'm Sylvester Chirople, His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Liberia. President Boakai is concluding the reburial ceremony of Liberia's 20th President, the late President William R. Turbo Jr. And we are coming to you live here from the Baptist Seminary along the Ralphie Highway, and there we have officials of government, bereaved family members who are here posted to welcome His Excellency President Boakai. And there we have the Senate Pro Tem Nyobli Lawrence, Speaker Rachel Kuhn, and the Vice President of the Republic of Liberia, Honorable Jeremiah Kuhn, and other officials of government are already posted. And this is the motorcade of His Excellency President Boakai, specifically this vehicle. So the President will disembark his vehicle and have handshakes with the officials here before moving in.
Oh, after you call the rain, then you'll kind of unveiling. Okay.
So the late President William R. Turbo who was born on May 13, 1930, or died on April 12, 1980 during the coup, and he was secretly buried. He was secretly buried along the Palm Grove area, and since then, the government of Liberia has seen it necessary to do the reburial of the former president of the Republic of Liberia. So here you have His Excellency President Boakai. The President will do the cutting of the ribbon there, right?
Let them come this way. Let them come this way.
The President, along with the First Lady of the Republic of Liberia, the Senate Pro Tem, the Vice President of the Republic of Liberia, the Speaker of the 55th National Legislature are all here. So there you have. President is having handshakes, wave, shaking hands. Family members of
Step aside. Shall we all rise and receive His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Liberia? Step aside, guys. Step aside. Back up a little bit. Vice President, Speaker, and Honorable Pro-Temperature of the Liberian State.
Grandmaster of the most wonderful Grand Lord of the Medici, Father of Liberia, that the dedication of the broken column will now begin. Brother Junior Grand Warden, you will communicate this to the brethren here present, that they, having due notice, govern themselves accordingly.
Is the honor of the most wonderful Grand Master of the Masons, Republic of Liberia, at the ceremony of the dedication of the broken column will now begin in due and ancient form. All present, take note and govern themselves accordingly.
Let no man enter upon any great or important undertaking without first invoking the aid of the right of the Grand Chaplain.
Holy and most gracious Lord, bless our work and prosper our hands. Bestow upon us wisdom, beauty, strength, and beauty. As we come to dedicate this broken column to our brothers, our heroes, whose work having unfinished on the National Festival have been called to labor, we pray wherever they are, they may rest on the everlasting arms of the Grand Architect. And when our labor draws to its end, may you graciously enable us with your rod and your staff comforting and protecting us to that mansion where there may be peace joy and love reign forever and ever. Amen.
The ceremony of consecration will now begin. Present the elements.
Scatter this corn as a symbol of plenty. As a symbol of plenty. The blessings of the bounty of heaven shall on this land, our land, the Republic of Liberia. In the heart of the people, we ever remember to love, to faithful, virtue, wisdom, and gratitude. Amen. So may it be. I hold this wine as a symbol of friendship. Yes. May the givers of all good, prosper our government and preserve the Republic. And may the Masonic fraternity continue to be a bond of friendship and brotherly love throughout all times. Amen. So may it be.
Pour this oil as an emblem of peace and joy. May the blessings of heaven.
Let me welcome my friend and brother Zeze. So we can be able to discuss what is on our mind, what we think we can be able to contribute to the growth and development of our country, Mama Labi. Zeze, welcome.
Abi, thank you, man, for having me tonight. I missed the show on Saturday. I want to go play old time football on July 4th.
Oh, really?
Yeah, when I came the show on, but man, I was so tired, so I couldn't get on. But it's good to be back here to discuss pertinent national issues, all the various training issues, the Ivanhoe deal, the president's trip to the U.S., Summit Trip press conference about what he did, and just all the different things that we can talk about to move Liberia forward. So I'll be looking forward to the show tonight. I want to say thank you to the viewers and listeners around the world. We are here to give our 1 or 2 cents, and hopefully it can make sense.
Let us start with the president coming to the U.S. How do you be able to contribute that to the growth and development that are going on in our country, especially on JMB, with him being invited among 54 countries in Africa, with only 5 countries have been selected for them to be able to come to the U.S. So let me hear from you. What do you have to say? What are a bring prospect to our country, or what are take our country back?
First of all, we have to retrospect where Liberia was with the U.S. government for the past 6 years, where our officials, even coming to the UN General Assembly, were given restricted visa. They couldn't leave within 25-mile radius, and then sanctions ran down on them like manna from heaven. So this is a testament to the GMB government just within 1 year, 5 months or 6 months, thereabout, the tremendous work that they have done, as professionals to turn around the image of the country. Mind you now, Donald Trump is not a gimmick. He doesn't play around. He's a very serious mannered president. He knows what he wants for America. He knows what he wants from an ally. So by JMB as the president of the Republic of Liberia, who has uh, bilateral ties for over 100 years with the United States, and as a statesman who, as vice president, was also accorded those uh, uh, prestige, to come to the White House on a state visit, is now coming back as the head of the Liberian government. So that tells you that we are making a lot of progress, and I know that this meeting is going to yield a lot of fruit for Liberia. Remember, AB, we had a compact grant that Liberia was approved for, because of the usage situation that was on pause. We had some programs that the U.S. government was sponsoring when it comes to health and education, you know, and those things were also paused. So President Boake is here to unlock those doors. I trust his ability, and this is why I voted him for. I knew that as I was running my campaign for JMB, I was also planning to run my campaign for Donald Trump, and I was planning that this day will come where my president from Liberia will be invited to the White House by Donald Trump to engage in bilateral talks, not because of handouts, but to discuss business. Donald Trump is about business, what's in it for America, and GMB will be discussing what is in it for Liberia. So this relationship is going to blossom, and to all the naysayers, I tell you, watch and see, because when Jeremy became president, they thought that this day would never come, and it didn't even take a long time. Just 1 year within his presidency, due to the tremendous turnaround that he has done to our countries. You see all of the different events that's going on. The state is being stabilized, from a dungeon to now a functioning society with all these anti-graft people functioning and taking their jobs seriously. I believe that this visit by the president, you see it tomorrow when he is received at the White House, is going to be a very, very epic moment for Liberia. That I can tell you. So it's going to be very fruitful for Liberia. This is not a backward demotion for Liberia. This is setting Liberia at a pinnacle, of world politics, especially us being on the UN Security Council as a non-permanent member. The geopolitical stratification will be taking place. Donald Trump is looking for a reliable ally in Africa where that he can depend on to do what he thinks is best for his country. If you remember when Donald Trump said that if you, as a president of a country in Africa, you have gold, you have diamond, you have all the different minerals, but yet then your people are still poor. He termed us as shithole countries. And then people are here talking about, oh, what Donald Trump? Look, the man was just being real. And that's what I like about him. He doesn't sugarcoat anything. And tomorrow, when that Africa Summit meeting starts, he's going to tell GMB where he stands, and GMB is going to tell him where he stands, and they'll meet in the middle if they have differences. And whatever benefit the both countries is going to get, we will get there. And I trust that GMB will deliver because he has the experience and he's been in those kind of diplomatic circles before.
I think it is timely at this time for the U.S. to be able to call Liberia when Liberian and Liberia have been listed on of African countries, among African countries. I was thinking that the US was not going to list Liberia and be able to call Liberia, but they list us and be able to call us. Do you think that is a good thing by the US to say, hey, look, you will be you very soon you'll be on a list. So you better do your work. And then from there, then they send out invitations. Do you think that invitation is in the general objectives of the Liberian people, or it is in the interest of the U.S.?
It is a genuine invitation that is sent for GMB. That's going to be part of the bilateral discussion. But AB, let me tell you, some countries they don't even have the chance to say, you know what, you need to do X, Y, Z before we put your country on the list of visa restriction. So Liberia was floating around here. But because of GMB good leadership and the work that Sarah Yanti has done through the foreign ministry, all those years that the locals ate from Liberia based on the international tint that was characterized by the George Weah government, these people has been able to turn things around. So we have the good rapport with the U.S. government. We are putting in place mechanism to educate our people on what not to do. Stop taking fraudulent paperwork to the U.S. embassy for visa. Stop lying on your application. Stop overstaying your visa. And they are They are trying to do some awareness to mitigate those factors. So the invitation is not going to be about discussing whether Liberian will be put on visa restriction or not. I think that's we are past that, because if that was the reason, the invitation was not even going to be sent to GMB, because they would just slap the sanction on Liberia and that would be that. But just imagine, this is just 1 year, 5 months, and the man who everybody think is a racist is sending for 5 African presidents who he sees himself in. That those people, if you watch the character of those 5 African presidents that's coming here starting tomorrow, they are in the interest of their own people. Okay, they are not there for self-interest. That's why you see they have been selected. Probably the discussion is going to be based around, we see what you're doing for your people. If we got to be partners, this is how it got to be. Corruption is being curtailed in Liberia. We are fighting it very hard through the courts, even though the courts is bringing some delays, which is the democratic process. We can't be Burkina Faso, where we take people who are accused of corruption and just slam them in jail. But the due process is taking place in Liberia. So JMB and its government are working tirelessly to fight corruption, which align with Donald Trump's agenda, which is America first. And if you're taking Liberia first, he's willing to be willing to work with you and to give you the assistance, because he value the U.S. taxpayers' dollars. That's what he values. If you see Donald Trump fighting other countries, especially like for example NATO, some countries were not paying their fair share or their allocated amount in NATO, and he makes sure that they were paying us because he value American taxpayer dollars. That if we are sending our taxpayer dollars to your country, let it be used for the internal purpose and not go into the pocket of individuals, and then the ordinary citizen who's supposed to benefit from the assistance that the US government is giving to their taxpayer dollars is being wasted. So that's why you see GMB and 4 other presidents are being invited to the White House for the African Summit. And I believe that when GMB is going home, we should expect nothing but good for Liberia.
When I look at Sarah Beslo Yanti, this woman have worked tirelessly, and she is concentrating now, opening 2 passport centers. One will be in Grand Gile, that will be for the Southeasterners, that they don't need to come to Morovia to be able to get one passport. One will be open in Bon, that you don't need to come, that people from Nimba, Lofa, that they'll be able to come to right to Bon County and be able to get their passport. That indeed, that is a brilliant move by Mr. Beslo Yanti, Sarah Beslo Yanti, I'm sorry. So that is a great move.
But AB, I told you, when I saw this lady with the pedigree that she has from the UN corridors, mind you now, people just feel that working with the UN organization for over 15, 20 years is a joke. You have high class professional working in those kind of environments. And with the kind of knowledge that she has when it comes to international politics, when it comes to foreign engagement, Sarah Yanti has put in mechanism, because you don't just open passport in place of the grand jury of Bon County when you have not did the feasibility studies to take into action the security implications. You have to have trustworthy people within those offices that will be there to simply give Liberian people passport based on the information and not be selling passport as it was done under the past regime. So as she's looking at decentralization for Liberians to have access to their own passport, I think they will be putting in all the different mechanism. And as we saw, she's a fighter, she's a hard worker, and for now, in the entire GMB government are settled at the top of the list when it comes to people who are actually working for the Liberian people, and that's what you are seeing now. The fruit of her labor is showing. People wanted to malign her character. People had certain motive, to fight her from being foreign minister. But I believe GMB knew what she brought to the table, and her experience was more than some of the educational credentials that they were challenging. I didn't doubt her that she would be a fantastic foreign minister, and that's what you're seeing right now. You see the visitation of the president here. That has to be some backdoor meeting and stuff being done.
I cannot believe it that there was some country that embassy was not into our country. The places like Cuba. Cuba no embassy in Liberia.
Okay, but you see, you saw the woman going to the Eastern Europe. You saw a woman going Barbados. You saw a woman opening different foreign service centers. So she is been if you listen to her doing her compliments, she said we'll be trying to open new bilateral friendships and bilateral engagements because.
But by the way, Barbados, it is not new to Liberia though.
But it was, I know.
Okay.
It was dormant. Nobody thought about that. You myself were in Liberia. You heard somebody talking about Barbados. No. It took somebody who's very versed in international relations, somebody who know about the history of Liberia, to step up and say, you know what, Barbados has a very cultural relationship and blood relationship with Liberia. We need to open those corridors. Okay, and then some people remember now when the president of Barbados went to Liberia, some people were on Facebook talking about Barbados got only 300,000 people. What we getting Barbados? Forgetting to know that Barbados has a budget over $5 billion. Okay, we fighting to reach 1 billion. So a country that has 300 some more thousand people population has over $5 billion in budget. Okay, so you have people in Barbados who may have interest in Liberia because of that lineage, true ancestral lineage, that can go over there and open businesses that will employ people. So this lady is far sighted, and like I told you, I don't doubt her ability. She will just continue to do more for us as the presidency and the years go by, and I'm loving it.
Yeah, let us be on now to switch our discussion. Let me play you a clip that you will enjoy.
The general said, look, salary was delayed because of many different reasons. Revenue is not in the government account. But when we politicize all these things to move from party from power, the party that left from power will politicize the same thing. We are fighting over road. This government, our government, secure all financing of all road networks in the country. Major road network. I signed on the president. We are a 10-year electricity financing. 10 years for the World Bank. So that means, forget about President Baka. The financing for the president who will be elected 2029, I signed it. It's a 10-year financing. financing, I signed the administration president we are. So that guaranteed 10 years of financing. So 6 years, 10 minus 6, how many years? So the next president will enjoy 4 years. So don't worry about this rescue. That the next president will take President we are. If President we are will take himself.
Voici quand tu vas appeler au
The point I'm making is that let's leave the trivial politics. The fundamental.
When I listen to Samuel Toy appeared to me like someone who went and just read over something, memorize, and just come to dash it on the people. Because the brother is speaking like someone who went to memorize. And then he said, okay, when I go, I'm going to go tell the people this. That's how Samuel Toy appeared to me. He appeared to me like an intellectual joker. You know, those are guys that are going, okay, let me go recitate the whole book. And then tomorrow when I go under the palaver hut, then I will be able to spread what I have learned the past 24 hours. But Samuel Toy said something though. Samuel Toy, when I was going to be Samuel Toy lawyer, which of course I am not. I think it was bad. It was very much wrong for Samuel Toy for him to have gone to the press to be able to spit out gibberish, because that was not a wisely decision. I strongly believe that Samuel Toy have opened more wounds on his case than he have done more good. Let me take you back. Samuel Toy said 4 million extra were given to National Election Commission, something that they did not budget for. Extra $4 million was given to National Election Commission. Now, one will say, for what? What reasons? Did you get someone extra $4 million? The man did not say 4,000. The man said extra $4 million were given to National Election Commission. Another thing Samuel Toy said, you see, 10 years. 10 years, Jato said we're living in Jupiter. The man telling us 10 years that this government carry on the whole electricity bill, the whole electric corridor. It was signed by Joshua administration for the periods of 10 years. So JMB will be enjoying this year, and then the remaining 5 years. So just whenever ever all he having to come, then he will be able to thank himself. So I'm like, so wait now. You was there for 6 years. You signed 10 years. Then you did not enjoy which of course the electricity was just going. When you get electricity today, tomorrow you'll not get it until the following week. So it's like this guy, and you know, I don't blame him. I blame the young comrades that are standing behind Samuel Toy, that are just shouting, oh Samuel Toy, oh Samuel Toy, oh Amanda, where to? And so how your life going to be? Right now, I'll turn it over to you.
All right, AB, thank you. You know, I know I know Samuel Toy from the University of Liberia. My last day at the University of Liberia was the day that Chancellor sent the ATU. I think it was in March of that year. I think around either 2000 or 2001. I don't know. I can't remember the year. But Samuel Toy was the president of STUDA. So if you see him in that kind of gathering, the Paraba Hut talking is his best. Samuel is at his best when you in places like that. Those kind of place talking nonsense. The first thing, so you going to set the government are coming after you that you hate so much. You going to set them up with road financing for 10 years so that they can be successful, and you never come back to power. You trying to make me to believe that when you are sitting on radio over Liberia saying that your paved 700-kilometer roads that we couldn't see. Okay, AB, let me give you an example. As a doja told you that Lofa and Niba get border, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you believe it?
Ooh.
Uh, but what somebody telling you now. So they see other told you say murder in the Kasaba Pass, Ellen wrote it. So those are the kind of nonsense they can turn around a lot. Why somebody sweating like that? Why he just sweating?
Confusely.
If you
And
talking
you're
true,
something, and
okay?
you're something confusely too.
Think if you talking the truth, look, whatever this guy saying, they had no clue when they were in power. Because as a government, you can't tell me you will fail yourself just to set somebody up to come and succeed. You have money captain and you say you are selling current to Ivory Coast. So you had that 10-year financing. You couldn't expand the electricity so that you could be re-elected. You had that 10-year financing for roads. You couldn't pave the Lofa Road to Zozo, or you couldn't pave the Ganta to Tapita Road so that you could be re-elected. But you did it for some government that you hate not to succeed. And then you can't stand and tell me, say, I stand financing. And you say, then people say, what WIP can't talk because what the man said, they also debunk it. WIP so go to go discuss nonsense that I'm experiencing out there. And regarding the 4 million, his own words, I gave the National Election Commission 4 million that they did not need. So it wasn't even that the NEC wrote and asked the finance minister that they had tight budget and they needed to run the election and they needed XYZ amount. The National Election Commission did not go to him for any of that for that 4 million. What they did with that 4 million, it was one of the way of them getting kickback. Over budget the election commission without with whatever money that was not in the budget, and then go right by and take it. Or was it an inducement to make sure that the election commission commissioners turn the election to their favor, and then they get a kickback from that 4 million? So Sameto has a lot of questions to answer, and also the National Election Commission now is going to answer for that extra 4 million that they did not have no use for, but they elected to accept it from Sameto. So what did they do with that extra 4 million now? For what purpose? That has to be investigated. You know, and Samuel 12, he's just digging hole for himself because look, when I see the guy, man, I feel sorry for him. There's a thing that when he go in front of the senators, when Samuel 12, the way he can talk, right? And you know, during George Washington, the senators, the House of Representatives, they got no clue. Some of them not even
Some of them don't get
educated. When the man used to go there, what the man used to do, you know what? You know how simple is it to make a graph? You can just put number in the Excel spreadsheet and run a graph. So Senator will go there and say, "Oh, you see, and see the graph that anytime graph here, that only are going up." Then the senator say, "Now they just there looking." The House of Representatives say, "Oh yeah, Baku." And see the other graph when kind of for macro financial financing. Then that's Ellen graph. This our graph. So that all the boys will do, you go on Excel, do the sonograph thing, take the graph, and then you go in 1 minute and just go do bunch of lying. So I'm not surprised whenever somebody talk for a month, I don't believe a thing from him. That man is a pathological liar, as they can say it, and he will find it there in court. He will account for that money and what he play with.
Yeah, let me play you another clip here.
Stands official response to Gregory Coleman's lies, deception, and threats of violence against peaceful protesters. We the people won. Police threats won't derail peaceful protest, calls Gregory Coleman's statements reckless, misleading, and unconstitutional. Liberia's foremost civil society movement, STAND, or Solidarity and Trust for a New Day, categorically condemns the dangerous and misleading statements made by Inspector General Gregory Coleman. His unfounded warnings, issued under the pretense of security, represent a thinly veiled attempt to disrupt the constitutionally allowed or protected Enough is Enough protest scheduled to be held on July 17, 2025. By falsely claiming that protest organizers did not inform the Minister of Justice and insinuating that participants may be armed, Inspector General Coleman has resorted to dangerous misinformation campaign. These fabrications are clearly designed to incite fear, to delegitimize a peaceful protest, and justify potential violent crackdown against peaceful civilians. In the face of Gregory Coleman's deceitful fabrications, it is astonishing that the Inspector General will pretend ignorance of the fact that on July 4th, 2025, we formally served notice to the Minister of Justice, fully in compliance with Article 17 of the Liberian Constitution. This notification was also circulated widely to national media outlets to guarantee full transparency in our commitment to at all times respect the rule of law. Coleman's claim to the contrary is a brazen lie, an obvious and desperate attempt to discredit and undermine a legitimate and lawful civil resistance. These debunked falsehoods expose that Inspector General Coleman no longer serves the interests of the Liberian people. Instead, he has chosen to act as a political hitman with dangerous false narratives and threatened violence against peaceful, law-abiding citizens. This conduct is utterly unacceptable and demands unequivocal condemnation. Coleman's weapons at protest claims no proof, no justification, just plain state-sponsored propaganda and scare tactics. Inspector General Coleman's wild suggestion that protesters may be packing illegal weapons isn't just baseless and laughable, it's downright defamatory. STAND and its allies have zero history of violence, and no credible security source backs up this Gregory Coleman's nonsense. These fear-driven and reprehensible remarks bear all the hallmarks of state propaganda, a calculated attempt to manufacture a pretext for deploying force against peaceful citizens. STAND views this with grave concern. It raises the alarming possibility of a deliberate setup in which regime operatives or higher agents will infiltrate the protests, plant weapons, and engineer chaos to justify a violent and unlawful police response. To our international partners and democratic allies, we raise this alert with utmost seriousness. The threat of violence against peaceful protesters is neither imagined nor exaggerated. It is credible, deliberate, and appears to be orchestrated by elements within the state, known as demonstrated by Mr. Coleman's assertions led by the police. A stern warning to the Liberian National Police and the Inspector General, Gregory Coleman. If any government official, security operative, or political agent attempts to infiltrate the protests, plant evidence, or manufacture a scenario to justify state-sponsored violence, STAND and its nationwide network of citizens reserve the constitutional right to initiate a lawful citizen's arrest. This includes any individual, regardless of rank or title, who engages in criminal acts against peaceful protesters. Not even Police Inspector General Gregory Coleman will be spared if he crosses the line. Power resides with the people, or power is inherent in the people, and the people will act decisively and lawfully to defend their rights, their dignity, and their democracy. For the people of Liberia and the world, we will not retreat. We will not surrender. STAND reiterates that the July 17th protest is peaceful, lawful, and irreversible. It is a national outcry against corruption, impunity, and the relentless violations of constitutional order by President Joseph Yima Boakai himself. The Liberian National Police is not a private militia, and any attempt to act as such will be challenged and exposed. STAND remains peaceful at all times, but undaunted and unyielding in its mission. We refuse to be intimidated by threats from public officials who have abandoned their duty to serve and protect. Let it be known, we will defend our rights with courage and resolve. We will assemble peacefully on July 17, and we will sustainably protest until this nation returns to the rule of law, protect fundamental rights, and ensure justice is for all. Let those who think negotiation is possible be cautioned. We will never negotiate away our constitutional rights, nor bow to repression or oligarchy. We will not stoop or stop our march. We will not stop our march forward as long as you will not stop breaking laws. We'll continue to mount the resistance. We'll continue to stand up tall and resist oppression and resist the abuses being orchestrated against ordinary Liberian citizens. We protest because we must, to save our democracy, to save our dignity and our future. Enough is enough. Thank you.
So that was Mobile K Molu. Let me hear from you.
Before we discuss Bamba Molu's speech, do you have the Gregor Coleman statement?
I have Gregor Coleman. So it'll be good for us.
Yeah,
to
play
play
please. Yeah, play please.
Once again, we are here as law enforcement body to continually express our commitments to the protection of lives and property in this country and the dignity of the person. As we draw closer to the July 17th protest date, today makes it 10 days from that date. We have asked planners to engage with the Ministry of Justice to get a permit and inform law enforcement as to routes they intend to take so that we can provide the adequate protection. Up to today, we haven't seen any such engagement. However, we want to reaffirm our commitment to the democratic process that will provide the adequate protection necessary and will do whatever we can to ease the burden of those who will not be a part of the protest and will have to get to town. So as soon as we understand how and where they intend to gather, we'll continue to communicate with the public. We're asking everybody to keep tuned to our social media pages, to other radios and stuff, and we will be able to communicate adequately. But I would like to encourage each and everyone to go about their normal basis. Protest in this country has become a routine issue. So it's not something that will say, oh, we're going to ask you to stay home and stuff like that. School remains open. Children can move back and forth and go to school freely. And people can go to work and everyone can continue their normal business. Like I said, there could be some disruption in the traffic, but we try to minimize the inconveniences through whatever means possible. To the planners, we are your police. Those who intend to exercise those rights, constitutionally, it is your right under the by virtue of the Constitution, and it is my hope that those rights remain within the confines of the law. We will be there to protect, we'll be there to guide, and we'll be there to maintain law and order. In the event where it goes violent, we will restore order immediately within the confines of the law. I want to admonish the general public that the Liberia National Police is a guardian, not a warrior, and we will do everything within our power to protect the Liberian people. Those who are planning the protest, it is my hope that you have spoken to those who are going to be involved and ask them to remain peaceful and do not vandalize people's property, because anything that goes wrong, you, the planners, will be held responsible. I just hope you understand the responsibility that comes along with it, and make sure that you're able to guide the process properly. Last but not the least, there will always be people who have got nefarious intent, even in the best of plannings. So to those of you who have got your illegal weapons at home and planning to bring it to the protest, please leave it alone. Please. Don't bring it. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, AB. So this is how you debunk falsehood, fallacy, and mere propaganda. So Mamba Modu said that they submitted their letter on July 4th. When was July 4th? July 4th was on a Friday. Saturday was the memorial something that they did for the Civil War and all those that died in the Civil War.
Yeah.
Today is Tuesday. Okay? So probably the police RG did not get the letter or the instruction from the Justice Ministry as to this is the letter from the protester, this is the route that will be taken, and this is what you need to provide. So Gregory did not probably have that information. But everything that he said in studio is the work of the police. They will give you they'll give you your due courtesy as a citizen and your right to protest. You cannot disturb, you cannot stop other people's movement. You can't go there doing engaging in violence. That is blocking road, burning tire, and all that stuff. Once your route is laid out, the police is there to provide you with the security. That's what Gregory is saying. But what Mobile Modu just read here is just pure nonsense. And like the man said, in anything you're planning, there are people who want to do the wrong thing. Okay? You, Mobile Molu, and your planners might be planning the protest peacefully to go assemble wherever you guys need to assemble. But there may be some people who got ulterior motives. And the police, as the law enforcer to protect the citizenry, not just you, the protester, is warning people that if you thinking about doing anything wrong or anything stupid, if you got illegal gun thinking about bringing it to the protest, don't bring it. It's a caveat. So you don't call that a threat. The police is there to provide protection for not only you, the protester, but other citizens. So if the intent of the protest is to just assemble, give their petition to whoever they're going to have, you should not have any problem with Gregory Coleman's statement, because it was to the point, it was very salient, and that is the work of the police. For Mama Mori to can't take the IG statement out of context and spinning it to get political relevance, he's just pure garbage. And there's the other point I want to attack Mama Molu. This guy was the chairman of the CDC for 6 years. Earlier, you played that tape of the young man saying, we brought our people in for them to do exactly what JMB is doing. These guys have had the hopes of young people that believe in them, especially people like Mama Molu. He sat in the government. He saw what was going wrong with the government. He did not get the balls to call his leadership a bay to say, you know what, as the national chairman, this is not what we signed up for. This is not what the CDC was funded for. This is not what CDC was brought to power for. But he kept mute, he kept silent, and he did not resign. He stayed on enjoying the money, and then at the end of the day, when his party is kicked out, he go form a social group calling it pressure group. I have no respect for this guy. He has no iota of truth in him. And look, AB, that protest, what his intention is, he and Joshua doesn't have a good relationship. So he think that this protest can give him a validation to show Joshua that, you know what, I'm Mobile Molu. So you kick me out of your party, but I got the masses. I think That's just the model that I see in this whole July 7 protest, because when they announced this protest, it was about the Speaker Kofa removal. And that was way in maybe February, March, and you schedule a protest for July 17. What was the purpose of that if it was a pressing issue? So I don't see nothing that Gregory Coleman said that was out of order. He gave the caveat and he gave warnings to those who might want to go rogue. There are always rogue activists among anything that people are doing. So that was a warning, and he was there to give the full warning that police are there to protect the citizenry. If the protests go violence, we will restore order immediately. That is the job of the police. So if your intention is not to go be violent, there's no need for police to restore order. If the people you are inviting to the protest will go there peacefully and exercise their constitutional right of peaceful assembly, the police will not be there to restore order. The police will guide you guys. They will tell you where to go. And one of the things is this: when the police get your route, they give you a barricade. But one thing about them, they want to be violent and don't want to follow the police order. This place is a blockade. You can't cross this point. You can't cross this point. We all live in America here. Those who can go to the Security Council to go protest, they got space for you to go stand. If you been to the UN General Assembly where national leaders come in, they got people that go there to go protest. They give you a space to go stand. If you don't stand to that spot, then you get problem with the police. So Mobile Molu, you have nothing against Gregory Coleman. Whatever you're doing is going to fail because the Liberian people are seeing true leadership and they are seeing the level of work that the GMB government is doing in the past 1 year, 6 months. And there's nothing that you can do about it. Development is the key. The only thing that we are doing now as our government is fighting is to bring to lay the groundwork where investors can come, because if you got good roads and you got electricity, manufacturing company, whatever company, you will get them in abundance in Liberia, and the youth of Liberia will get employment. That's our goal. That's the goal of the GMB government. And the July 7 protest is just a wash. It's dead upon arrival. That's what I can tell Mobile Molu.
Thank you ever so much. But let me tell our friends that we are lost connections on on Facebook, to be precise. We are only on YouTube right now. So I beg you. I hope that we will be able to do it much more better next time. But it was just a thought from me, actually. But
Oh,
let me
okay.
let me dive into this a little bit. Do you think what Mola Molu said, he was not making himself feel happy?
But
Because
that what the boy doing, Abby?
because is it the same Mola Molu who said that he met President Barack Hussein Obama in Ghana? Is that the same Mola Molu?
That is him, Molu. The same old Molu.
Is the same Molu who said Josh Manawia when he go abroad, when he asked for donor fund for Liberia, and then the president can take it invest it for himself. Is that same Mola Molu who was talking that time?
That is him, Lekoto Molu, Abby.
Look, we need to be serious here. Yeah? Let me put it in our people better way. We need to be serious here. I strongly believe that Molu is a joker, and there is nothing better that can come from that board mouth. The board does not know the function of the National Election Commission. That is a board that who said that the National Election Commission supposed to revoke the current speaker for him being speaker. So that means Maba Molu he never did service for him to be able to know the basic rules. But it was that same Maba Molu who one point in time were taking money from people in the name of coming to the US in Ghana. I remember it was that same Maba Molu who was one point in time acting like a pastor.
Yeah, they said the man I'll be pastor in Ghana.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
Abi,
yeah.
Abi, if you saw from that statement you're reading, right? That way you can know that someone who hungry looking for money. Gregory Coleman did not say people are trying to negotiate. Though. He mobile money can talk about if there's any plans about negotiation, we will not ever negotiate. Can you imagine? So who came to you to come negotiate about your protest? That was a way of trying to insinuate that people in the back room or in the background trying to convince him not to do the protest and this and that. Like Mama Molu. They see Mama Molu guy. Let me tell you where I started knowing Mama Molu from. Before the 2017 election, I used to go Liberia frequently. So from 2013 to 2022, I was in Liberia more frequently. There's a place on I think it's on Benson Street, not Benson Street, but I don't know the street name, but it's behind BW Harris. BW Harris School. That road that behind BW Harris School. That Benson Street, not Benson Street.
Uh,
The road that right behind BW Harris School. But there's a guy there. There's a guy there. I used to go call my head to call the guy Paco Shop. And right side Paco Shop, they get one Kobo shop there. That where my mobile used to be. And so when I go come ahead, he'll be there here, man. I'll be talking. I'll be before Joe that time. I just sitting and listening to the boy, man. He pumping the man. When take power would deal with all these people. This and that. And at the same man that was in power was 6 years, and he was the party chairman. He didn't even know his own function as the party chairman of a ruling political party. He sat on there, they marginalized him. He didn't do anything, and then talk about he staying, he coming do protest this and that. So when I hear men like Carlos talking about the UP is not there, it's just laughable, man.
no,
Because
I strongly believe that advocacy group was founded because Mobile Molu left the CDC and because the United Party won the elections. And I can remember the news stand, it really stand for truth.
I don't know.
Because Mobile Molu is hungry.
I'm the against them.
Mobile Molu is hungry. Currently, anything can fall
Rest,
on fire.
Rest Cross said the man will take it back. I beg you. The man will take Rest Cross back. So the minute these guys are jokers, AB. On a serious note, Mama Morina should not be the ones talking about justice and corruption and all these different things. You know how many officials of your government was sanctioned because of rampant corruption? And you are the party chairman?
Tell me
You
about
you you guys did nothing about the country. You saw George we are making music, the country going sideways, some to them stealing money here and there. Like every government functionaries that have money in it, everybody was just eating it left and right. And you didn't do jack for the masses that you want to be behind you to go protest on July 17th. That's my only frustration with the youth. And that's why, like I said, the GMB government main priority now is to put into mechanism those stuff that will make foreign investors come in the country that they don't have to rely on a generator for power, and they don't have to be fighting to repair their cars because they're sticking them up for 1 2 weeks. Once you got paved roads all over, you have people coming in to invest, and they have access to electricity. So by the end of this year, electricity and road should be right up there where you get a lot of investment, and the unemployment in Liberia is very hard, so that we can find jobs for the young people, so that they don't follow people like Mamba Molu, who is just getting his little crumbs by forming this scam or pressure group that he calling stand. Who is standing for? Standing for yourself?
yeah, my friend and brother it was unfortunate that we left on Facebook.
I'm
But
telling you.
let us have your closing statement, and then so we can be able to get up from here.
Yeah, AB, it was a great show. I mean, we sorry to the audience. We say sorry for the misfortune that we had to leave you to leave the show from on Facebook. But God's willing, we'll be back. We will look. I'm looking forward to GMB activities
Tomorrow.
over the next 3 days, and then get to know what the goodies Liberia will get from my president Donald Trump. I know he's a man that love uh, presidents who do good by their people, and the invitation to GMB was not by coincidence or not fluke. It was a truly bilateral discussion that went on in the back doors, and he was deemed worthy enough to be invited here among five other persons to come and make the case for Liberia. Liberia has a lot to offer the U.S. investors, and hopefully the MCC challenge. I thinking. I think I'm gonna go on a limb here. I think that the MCC will be granted us, and other incentives or other investment activities will go on. I'm putting a bet on our AB.
Yeah, that is good. That is good. Let me say to our audience, I'm very, very much sorry that we're coming to you live from one of our main source, and that is on YouTube. That was not our intentions, but God willing, we'll be back. On that note, we'll let Wanda the talk show right now. God has done it. God has done. Let us say thank you to every one of you guys who have been there. So for me, and my God has done it. I would really appreciate all of you guys' time. God has done it. God has done it. God has done it for me. Yeah. God has done it. God. Baba, for now. Has done it so for me, and my God.